Hey everyone, it's Mark from the Wave Shop, and today I'm going to show you an effect that I used in Final Cut King's Pumpkin Zombie video. This effect happens when Zach is regaining consciousness after hearing Aaron call his voice. Let's hear it in context first.
And now there's only a handful of survivors left. And I'm one of them.
Zach! Zach! Zach, get up!
So the effect that I'm going to show you is on Aaron's voice when he says Zach the first time. Here's what I started with.
Zach!
So the first thing I did was took an EQ and rolled off a lot of the top end, so it kind of sounds muffled.
Zach!
I added some light compression so it wasn't as punchy. The next part of the effect is a long reverb. So you can basically use any reverb that you'd like. The concept is the same. I have a very long reverb tail, as you can see right here, 5 seconds, and I'm using a church for the early reflections. And then I'm rolling off some of the high end of the reverb so that the reverb itself sounds muffled. Let's hear that.
Zach!
So that's pretty long. So the next thing I did was the most important part, is I sent it to this other reverb, which basically acts as a muffled echo that's very wide in the stereo image. So you could use a delay plugin to achieve this effect, but I ended up using the early reflections of a reverb. So you're really not hearing much of the reverb tail, it's more of just the early reflections.
Zach!
And I really like how this reverb kind of bounces the sound off the left and right, so that it's kind of a ping-pong delay. It's very wide in the stereo image. To get multiple repeats with a reverb, you just need to send some of the output of the reverb to the input, so it's a feedback loop. Then what I did is I recorded that reverb on a separate track. You can hear that right here. I took that sound and then I reversed it. Sounds like this. And then I just added a crossfade so that it swells up. The last thing that I did was I faded in the music, faded in the ambience, and I faded in this little texture, which sounded like this initially. So I added a fade to get that to swell. So here it is all together.
And now there's only a handful of survivors left. And I'm one of them.
Zach! Zach! Zach, get up!
I hope that helps you, or at least inspires you to try something new today. Thanks for watching.